You want a Yahoo?
Yeah.
This Yahoo was sent in by Drew Davenport. Let's all get really comfortable with each other, okay? Thanks, Drew Davenport. You are a miracle boy. It's asked by Yahoo Answers user.
That Sensi's finally starting to kick in, huh?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
nice.
It does not smell like poop in here as much anymore, so thank you for that.
We're recording in the same room that my cat litter box is, and usually I'm very diligent about cleaning up, but it's the holidays. You let things slide.
You wrap them up as presents.
You feed me your baby.
Amy Sue Harris asks, I know, dry hump advice?
Ooh.
I know it sounds stupid, but for a 15-year-old hormone-enraged girl who can't go on the pill and whose boyfriend isn't ready, it's a pretty smart way to pleasure both of us.
This person is 32.
Pretty new to our relationship, though, and I have some questions. How do I position ourselves so it's like his... That's what it says. Is rubbing right against my... so it's more enjoyable. And is it better as fast and hard? And what's the best way to do it? Usually I wear tights and he wears jeans. Tips? Thank you.
Valerie, clear our schedule. We're doing the rest of the show about how to teach teens on dry humping.
Hold up. Is this legal hot waters? Because this is a 15-year-old.
Okay.
No, because it's not a 15-year-old, Griffin. This is not worded how a 15-year-old would ask. When you say things like his ahem and my ahem, this is a 40-year-old woman.
Trying to dry hump a 15-year-old boy.
Like, hey, I need some tips. Now, that'll sound weird if I say I'm a 40-year-old trying to hump a 15-year-old.
Yeah, try that might sound a bit weird.
Oh, I know. I'll say I am also 15.
Here.
Let's just give general dry hump advice into the ether. And then if it hits this 15-year-old, cool.
If they catch it like dry humping butterflies.
How long can we give dry hump advice to teens before our wives come in? At least one is like, stop it.
Guys.
Stop it.
No.
Stop it. Dry scissoring.
Just like lead off with that.
That's
Joseph.
good for placement.
You know what? I like a nice side-by-side dry hump where you just rub your legs together like crickets and you get some friction in your jeans.
Yeah, fire hazard, though. You gotta watch out for that.
Oh, yeah. Don't get no sandpaper in there. Ooh,
You're saying you preheat
sparks.
the oven by rubbing your zone to get it super friction hot, and then you touch it gingerly against it?
No, that's how you build up static electricity, and then you poke them in the face and shock them.
Some dudes like that. That's all I'm saying. Some dudes are into that.
One thing is you can put a sandpaper patch on your front of your jeans, and that can give you some really good traction when you're dry humping.
You know what? What I like is the old sit and spin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, where you both sit on sit and spins and just play with them.
I like the double wrecking ball.
How's that work?
Let me think. You gotta be on some sort of swing, some sort of rope, lever attached to the ceiling, and then the two of you just sort of go like this, and you just sort of swing into each other over and over again, like
That's pretty good.
you just smash it together. How about the mortar and pestle? And that's where you dry hump, but you put some barley down there, and you grind it up when you're done. And when you're done, you have ground up barley.
I like the kind of dry humping where you dry hump so hard that I guess some stuff just got through, or at least that's what I told my gynecologist.
Wow.
What a cool
lot going on
sentence.
there. I think that one of my the weirdest things about dry humping is I feel like it's.
What are the weirdest things about dry humping?
No,
There's
no,
a sentence I want to hear my middle brother say. Hit me.
I'm just thinking about like that there must be like kind of that age of innocence, because there has to be a point where like you suddenly go, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Like
this is too dry.
What this is dumb. And it's like I doubt very much that there are like 40-year-old people and like, hey, let's just dry hump tonight. Like, it's because then you're just looking, going, what are we?
Hey, I got an idea to spice
What are we
things up.
doing?
Let's reduce the moisture.
Let's just. What are we doing? And so it's almost like this very innocent, but also very weird thing.
You know how much it would please me if Dave
Dry hump?
Just right now, for
Probably
once,
not.
to just feel young again.
Not like a lot.
just like, do you think people ever dry hump for the novelty of feeling young again?
Yeah.
Just like the same way you'd like go to see a Backstreet Boys reunion tour
And dry hump them.
and dry hump all the Backstreet Boys in sequence.
Just to feel young. Wait, in what sequence?
What?
What's the proper sequence
Yeah,
that
put it
will
in order
unlock
for us.
the Pharaoh's tomb?
Okay, it's JC, Tori, Jody,
Okay.
December, Big Ralph.
Okay, if you do it in that order.
Sorry, was one of them called December?
Yeah, December was one of them. Tori, Jody, December, Big Ralph,
Shazay's.
and Shazay's.
You gotta
all
go back.
brothers.
You sweep back around. That's the secret. That's why nobody's popped up in the tomb, and why Justin's going to be a very rich man very soon. Very rich with locusts. You gotta swoop back around and get JC again.
So can you imagine the
By
last
that point, you will have worn holes in your jeans.
right
Sure.
the last 5 minutes of our show being transcribed, and Dave Barry just hands it to his editor. It's like, this is my new book.
It is.
Weird Stuff About Dry Humping by Dave Barry. I'm not sure, Dave. I don't think you've got a
With a
hit.
forward by JC Chazez.
Please leave me alone.
Please, please, please.
I don't know where the treasure is. I don't know how many times I have to tell you.
Please stop dry humping.
I
me.
haven't dry humped in months. Stop talking about me.
Keep my name out your mouth when you're talking about dry humping. What are some other great things to say about dry humping out loud?
It's better than impact humping.
Is dry humping? Is that a gateway? Do you think
You go from dry humping to like arid humping.
Yeah, you got to make sure it's the gateway in the right direction.
Yeah.
Dehydrated humping, and then you have to get your electrolytes.
Yeah.
You can't be.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so easy.
Don't try to dry hump without talcum powder on hand.
Something.